It's Tiny Pipe Tuesday, and today we got a coffee review for you. But you guys already saw that. And this coffee review has been a long time coming. Jake, I'm sorry. Life gets in the way. So, I wanted to talk about first, I told him that I would do a thorough review of this, and I'm going to go top to bottom on it. And you guys have a special guest today, Mrs. Paladin, who's off camera just over there.
It's too early to be on camera.
So she says. So here's a close-up of the bag. And this particular coffee is a Nicaraguan Suyato dark roast, and it's drip for drip coffee. And I'll save the tasting notes here in just a second because he is dead on about the tasting notes. So this is how it comes. This bag has been, he sent this to us probably 2 months ago, I guess, after we did the first giveaway for him. And the bag has kept things fresh, no problem. The first time I opened it was on camera, you saw in this video. So I have to say, the packaging is wonderful.
It has a good smell through the package too.
Yeah, that's the other thing. There's a little
Scent thing.
there's a little scent thing here you can
It smells
pick
really
up.
good.
It smells, so the smell is like a walnut, hazelnut, almost chocolate brownie to me.
I don't know, I just like the smell.
What do you smell? We're working on her palate.
I mean, it's definitely chocolatey and sweetish smelling to me.
Smells like Swedish people.
Maybe I like sweets.
Keep going.
Um, yeah. I don't know, it just smells good. It smells like nice, flavorful coffee.
Cool. So before I talk about what I taste, let's see if we can see what Mrs. Paladin has tasted.
I don't know worse this.
Now she puts a bunch of schmutz in her coffee. She likes creamer and sugars, but
And it's all of that this morning. I like my coffee a couple shades darker than Mr. Paladin.
what do you taste, Mrs. Paladin? Pipe won't stay lit this morning.
I don't know. It's pretty good.
So is it like do you taste nutty notes? Do you taste
No,
chocolate? Do you
I don't
taste
taste
dark
nutty.
chocolate?
I mean, chocolate, definitely chocolate,
Okay.
but it's like very full flavored to me. Like it's
Agree.
robust.
Agree.
Um,
Do you taste? Is
but
it?
it's like a good full flavor. It's not overpowering. Um, to me, it's very mellow because I'm not usually a morning coffee drinker. I'm more of a after dinner
We'll get to that in a minute.
coffee drinker.
Mm-hmm.
And most caffeinated coffees in the morning have me stomach upset. Like I'm a little jittery because it's caffeine, there's much caffeine in that. But like my stomach's not upset with it.
Okay. Um, do you feel like it's? Do you have an like? Is it a oily taste on your palate?
No,
No. Okay. Pretty smooth. You get any smoky notes? A little bit.
a little bit.
Okay. So
I mean, definitely has like a sweet, like little undertone with it, which I can't pinpoint if that's what that is. And I know it's not sweetener because it tastes different than a sweetener. But like, there's definitely like some type of like sweetness to it, but I don't know what flavor it is.
okay. So the smell in the bag to me was definitely walnutty hazelnut type of a smell. Um, upon this first sip that you're gonna get,
I guess it's a nutty flavor. I taste them at like the back of my tongue.
mm-hmm. So you taste this dark, unsweetened cocoa to me. With then at the finish, you have this nice smooth finish with a little bit of like light walnut on the back, and I mean very tad bitter. Now I like coffee black, or with if I do anything, I'll put like one sweetener in it. But generally, I like it black. Um, This is a very rich, bold, um, I'm going to use the word decadent, um, but it's a smooth cup of coffee. So to give you, she just finished hers. To give you a little bit of background to our coffee drinking, we typically don't drink a lot of caffeinated coffee anymore because we're both caffeine sensitive. But the brand that we typically drink is called Healthwise. So it's a medium roast. So therefore, this is being a dark roast. It's a little bit fuller. Now, I really prefer dark roast, but dark roast doesn't always like me with some of my gut issues that I have. So that being said, this to me kind of falls in a different category, and she mentioned that a little bit earlier. This to me is much more of a after dinner coffee. Pardon me, a dessert coffee, I'll even say, um, and one that really, if you're going to have a pipe with it, which we'll get to, um, you really want a blend that is going to stand up to this coffee. And he puts on the back here. Oh, he actually, I'm sorry, he ground this on 723. So that's how, you know, how fresh this bag has kept it. But anyway, there are the tasting notes that he put, and he's dead on. It is exactly that. But I would say if you're going to pair this coffee with a pipe, to me, again, opinions are like butts. I would pair it with something like an Old Joe Krantz, um, a Semois, big and burly.
What type of phrase is that? Opinions are like butts?
Yeah, everybody's got one. She's not normally out here with me.
The worst
Uh,
analogy ever.
I mean, I could have said opinions are like, but I won't. So anyway, um, almost, you know, I would almost go to the extent of saying this might be a better coffee with an English blend, more like a Balkan Supreme, Father Dempsey, Church Warden, those type of heavy Englishes. Even Boswell's Railroad Station would be really good with this because it's got that full body, that meat to it. That smoking something like Velvet just doesn't stand up to this coffee. This coffee is just going to overpower all those flavors for you. So, um,
This is what I had the other night after dinner, and I really liked.
yes. So, kind of as a trick, and I wanted to see what she would say. She said, "Make me some coffee." So I normally make our Healthwise decaf, and I switched it for this just to see if she was like, you know, this is a big plus, you guys. She had a cup later of the Healthwise decaf later that evening, and she was like, you know, that other coffee you made me was better. And I'm like, oh, you had Java Jake's coffee, and she's like, oh, it was really good. You know, it is. This is one of the smoothest coffees I've ever had. I
A
have
lot of
to.
schmutz in that coffee, though.
But she put down again. So if you guys like stuff in your coffee, so your creamers and all that, obviously it's still really good. For her to say that she preferred that over Healthwise, which we've had that Healthwise now we've been drinking that for a couple years,
3 years.
3 years. So that's huge. So, Jake, man, you hit a home run, buddy. So, guys, give him a look. Java Jake's Roastery. I believe his handle is Happy Smoking 100 on here on YouTube. He's part of the YTPC, but very good stuff. Gets an A plus from Paladin and a
A plus.
from Mrs. Paladin. With that, we will see you very soon on another Paladin Piper video. Take care, guys.